As a filmmaker, we always go into the most unforgiving environments in order to truly demonstrate what the camera can do and what the sensor can do and the colour science can do. And I thought, what is one of the most unforgiving environments that I can think of, which was aerial work. This narrative and this story, it was aerial driven. The mounting the camera to whatever craft we were working with is a kind of through line throughout the production, but also we shot that obviously on the Burano and showing the weight and the ergonomics of the camera. Anything heavier than this I don't think would have been particularly possible, so the Burano's a perfect candidate for it really. We chose the correct time of day to actually showcase what the camera can do. You have to be extremely sensitive to the sun because it can be your best friend or your worst nightmare, as can the atmosphere and cloud cover. One of the things that I personally look for mainly is good dynamic range and controllability of the highlights and the shadows. Its dynamic range is pretty staggering, as it always is with Sony. You've got extreme sunlight, you've got extreme cloud, you've got extreme shade. The main backdrop was the coast that had the sun directly kicking off of the sea. Naturally, within that palette, you've got extreme highlights to extreme shadow, and the camera dealt with it beautifully. We did use the stabilization, which is staggering. It's game-changing, really. If you're going handheld or fast motion, it's extremely sympathetic to the operating. It's a magnificent piece of technology. The resolution is staggering, especially when you see it on a big screen. It kind of takes your breath away a little bit with its sharpness and detail. That enables you to augment that and work with it. The clarity of the image is a real tool for the cinematographer to work with. To my eye, really, if I deep dived into the entire thing, I could tell you exactly which shot was shot on Venice or Burano, but actually, when you look at the picture as a complete series of images, you can't. And that's what was the most impressive sort of point for me, is the fact that you can utilise this camera within a family of cameras. That was fantastic. The variable ND in this camera is absolutely incredible. I would set the stop on the ground with my meter. We would send it off in the air, and it would go through the most insane lighting range as far as extreme exposure and extreme shadows, and then would land, and then we would review the footage, but never at any time did it either clip or did it go below the knee. I'm a believer of the CineAlta range, especially the Venice and the Venice 2, and this is no exception really. You can utilise this camera, it's got its strengths, and the Venice has got its strengths, and the Rialto system has also got its strengths. The ecosystem just completely blended perfectly. It's a beautiful complementary member of the CineAlta family.